We're live now.
We're live.
Hey guys,
Hi.
we're live.
It's Friday too. I always say that Friday.
It's
my
Friday.
favorite thing.
What time is it now? Friday.
It's
of the day.
is it 5:00 somewhere?
Hey everybody, we're live.
We're live.
Welcome to the newest version of Dennis on Demand 2.0. I'm gonna try to scream into the mic.
Yeah. Well, we
back.
tested things out yesterday. We were awfully muffled. So I'm gonna look over at the chat, and if anybody's on, and well, nobody's on right now.
Got the monitor awkwardly placed.
Okay.
Okay. So let's jump into it. So we're gonna be mindful of everyone's time. We want to keep this to about 20 minutes. So is that what we're shooting for today, Mark?
That's right. Yeah, that's part one of a 9-week series that we're doing about us as dentists on demand and what we can provide our dental clients.
And the 9 pillars of dental marketing in 2021.
Ba-dum-bum,
Would you agree with that?
Mhm.
You can hit me with the sound. Like
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
we're lucky to have with us Lucas Saylor.
Hi.
One of the owners of Fire PR, one of the originators, founders.
gurus.
Yeah.
And how
Genius.
important has this guy been to our success?
I want to talk a little bit about Lucas. I gotta say, we've been working with you for probably 5 years now.
Yeah, close to that.
Around that.
Mhm.
And a lot of the stuff we do with Dentist on Demand, the way that Dentist on Demand is built, we were so lucky to find you to really sort of help engineer all the mechanics behind what we do and behind the website and the commerce platform that you've helped us build. So thank you for all your expertise.
I feel like we should actually get up and hug, because he's become such a good friend too.
Yeah.
So,
COVID
yeah. And it's very fitting that he's on our first official podcast.
Happy to be here.
He broke those headphones
Yeah.
out of the box.
those are brand new
I
too.
Yeah.
literally put this baby together for him this morning.
Did you?
Feel privileged.
Did we give you those, or are those yours?
No, these are yours.
We can't afford to give things away yet.
I should probably know that we're buying headphones.
Yeah.
Just kidding. So let's get into it. So hope everyone's having a great Friday. Today we're going to go into, like Mark said, we've got the 9 pillars of marketing in dental as we see it. We're going to be bringing you tips and tricks and running you through different tools that you can utilize in your dental practice to really engage your audience, tell your story, and get more bums in chairs in your dental practice. And some of the stuff we're going to be talking about is really cool and super exciting. And like Mark said, having you on our first guest, you're near and dear to us. You've brought us a lot of success, and we sort of want to tap into your brain today.
We're using
Awesome.
you again
Yeah.
for your brain. There's so many pieces to running a successful marketing strategy these days. So, we want to identify what we see as the most efficient, cost-effective method of achieving that with all of the tools that we have at our disposal now. It's been a lot of fun developing everything. It's these 3 guys essentially. Well, AJ should be here too. But just creating this has been so much fun. So
Absolutely.
Before we jump in, can you give us like a quick 30-second, 1-minute blurb on you and how Fire PR came? Well, sorry, Fire
Media Group. Yeah.
Yes, I gotta
Change the
use
name.
that name.
It's all
Can
good.
you tell us a little bit about yourself and how the genesis of Fire Media Group?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm 24 years old. I'm pretty young, but I started in digital marketing about 5-6 years ago. I have a business partner named Tyler. We're very close and we work very hard with
Not
our
this
clients.
Tyler.
No, Tyler Trowbridge, another Tyler.
Tyler T.
Tyler T. And we've been working really hard with you guys and our clients to learn everything about digital marketing and grow businesses and grow our own business and create freedom within our lives. And that's what we want to do with you guys as well. And we want to help more people. So that's kind of how we started, where we're at now. But yeah.
Very cool.
yeah, that was 25 seconds.
Very
Sorry.
good. Good job.
Can you give us 5 more seconds? I'm just kidding. Obviously.
Okay, so just to,
Love that. I'm getting closer to nailing that. It's the
So good.
timing.
so this Friday afternoon, we're going to jump into, Mark, tell us what it is.
We're jumping into SEO, and not only SEO, there's 3 types of SEO, and it's very important to know what those are to have a successful SEO bundle.
But let's frame SEO. So if you're watching this for today and you're like, SEO, what the heck is that? Search engine optimization.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just start from there.
Well, sure. Yeah.
There's
You know what? Like, yeah, for sure.
not bad
I
to go
mean,
with basics.
that is the basics of it all. And, you know, hugely important metrics to have, you know, a healthy website and ranking at the top of Google, right? Organically, the further up you are on Google, you know, the more it's all about like traffic and people seeing you. So
Mhm.
when you're on top, you're going to be seen. If you're, you know, under the surface on page 2, yeah. And, you know, you know, putting money into the system, it's very expensive to be at number 1,
Mhm.
especially a, you know, a high ticket price word as like dentist
Yeah.
in any geographical areas. And you can maybe jump into the nuts
Yeah,
and bolts of what that
absolutely.
means.
Yeah. So we talk with a lot of customers, and a lot of people are confused on what SEO is and why it's important. So where we usually like to start is the foundations of why it's important to have a website. And
Mhm.
a website is generally the first place someone is going to learn about you and your business and
Mhm.
what you do and how you can help them.
Right.
And some people, they don't have a very thought out website, or it doesn't convert the way they need. And that's the first part of it, is having a solid website. But then it's, how do people find your website?
Mhm.
You can pay for ads, or you can go the organic route. To start, we usually say the organic route is the way to go, because what you want to do is build domain authority, and you want to make sure that Google knows that you're a trusted website, so that when someone searches for you or your service, they know, hey, this person in this business is someone that we can vet and we want to actually give in front of the people that are searching for it.
So what is domain authority?
Domain authority is, um, there's so many domains, but how does Google know that your website is going to be the thing that the person is searching for?
Mhm.
And domain authority is built through having relative and accurate content, so that when people search a very specific query, your website comes out for that very specific answer,
Mhm.
or that other websites are linking to you, which is usually called a backlink.
Right.
And that says all these websites trust your website and they're willing to let their traffic find you.
Mhm.
And that says you have a strong domain and that you have a vetted website.
So essentially, like what Google's trying to do is provide their searchers with the most relevant information.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whether that's been paid for, which is expensive, or organically, you know, having all of these things optimized.
Yeah.
So that Google goes, aha, this guy's searching for this. This is the most relevant information that everybody looks towards. Here you go, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, there's 3 types of SEO. So there's your website health and your general domain authority.
Mhm.
There's your on-site or your on-page SEO, and then your off-page SEO.
Okay.
And the way this works is your website health is how up to date your website is, how secure it is, does it have SSL? On page SEO is, what is your content? How relevant is your content? Is it up to date? Is it accurate? Do other websites vet that it's accurate? Those kind of things. So creating new content around specific keywords like Invisalign or dental implants,
Mhm.
those are going to get more organic traffic for those particular services you're looking for.
Right. Because we're looking at our clients out there. They're, you know, not only trying to find more patients, they're wanting to do the dentistry that they want to do. So
Mhm.
whether that's an implant or ortho or Invisalign's in the same category, but yeah, it's there's a lot of pieces to know to be successful there.
But that comes down to, like, you know, if you need to buy a word, right, like a Google ad word,
Mhm.
you know, buying you know, ortho or a certain brand name like the one you guys mentioned, is like, that gets expensive.
Absolutely. And SEO can really support your AdWords. So we try to take things from an omnipresent perspective of, you should be on social, you should have ads, and you should have strong SEO.
Right.
But when you're running ads and paying for a click and your cost per click is really expensive, we can lower this over time by increasing your SEO and increasing your domain authority, because Google knows you're paying for it, but they also know you're vetted. So they're going, this person's willing to put themselves on the line, and we know that other people have vetted
Right.
them, so we want to show this ad, and ultimately you're going to pay less for your clicks.
So foundationally, you really need to have all your ducks in a row.
Exactly.
Because it's just going to cost you so much.
Just going to
more
cost
money,
you more.
right? So
yeah.
So great. So the 3 types of SEO, you talked about it. So
I did miss one part. So
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I didn't get to the third one, which is off-page SEO, and
Okay.
this is having other websites backlink to you. So these are popular brands with already a high domain authority,
Mhm.
writing an article about Invisalign or braces or whatever it is, and linking and recommending your practice or your business.
You know what I like? I feel like our audience, because like I'm even, you know, I do this day to day. I feel like our audience is like, you know, and you know, a busy clinician out there, like, do you like having the time to figure all this stuff out? There's,
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's why, you know, we started this whole thing. Is it's a super slippery slope. I've seen, you know, people put literally tens of thousands of dollars into Google every month, and in some cases, and it really, it, you know, the ROI and knowing and or having a team that knows what they're doing is you know, it's an ROI that pays for itself over time.
I kind of liken it to going to the gym. You know, if you've got a good SEO team, or if you've got someone around you that is, you know, helping keep you on track, at least feeding the fire, right?
Absolutely.
You know, we've seen it before where someone dumps a whole bunch of money into Google and SEO, and they're like, well, I didn't get any patients out of it, so I stopped paying for it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, okay, let's get into the granular. What are you doing? Like, what AdWords are you like? What are you spending your money on? And really doing taking an analytic approach to that side of it, breaking it open and going, okay, well, the stuff you're spending your money on isn't really getting the most bang for your buck. So let's take a few steps back, start with patient traffic or however else you want us to structure it. And what works this month might not work in 6 months from now. Would that be a fair assessment?
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's like
It's an
real
evolving
estate
system.
too, right? Like it's real estate. It's words that are real estate. So, you know, some of those words, because of their demand, they'll go up in price. Right.
Absolutely.
I remember when I ran a business many, many years ago, and it was always tricky.
Wait a minute, you're doing that right now.
I know. it was sorry. You remember the first business you ran? So I ran a painting business to get myself through university. And so when I started my business, you start when you're in school, you start marketing in I'm going to say like February. So you start knocking on doors, cold calling. You know, you'd be going around to houses and asking people, hey, you want a paint job? You want an estimate for a paint job? So you're doing marketing right up until May 1st. Okay. So I'm trying to keep on time here. I don't want to digress too much, but May 1st is called Production Startup Day. And and I loved my experience of this because it was like a boot camp for running a business back in the day. But May 1st was Production Startup. So your focus goes from 100% marketing. Now it goes to about, I'd say it's supposed to be about 50, I'd say not 50, I'd say 60-40 at the start, but really 100% of your attention shifts to production now, right? So you're getting the truck on the road, you're driving around to all your paint sites, and you're making sure people aren't hurting themselves, and the right color paint's being used, and the prep's being done properly, and all these things you have to do to paint a house correctly and employing people to do it. So your focus is so much on production so that by the time you hit the end of May, end of June, you're like, oh crap, we're running out of work.
Yeah.
Right. So you're like, I've been focusing so much on production. I completely forgot. I took my eye 100% off of the marketing engine of my business.
Right.
And then as a business owner, you eventually start to figure out, okay, I got to constantly keep going out there, banging on doors. And this is all traditional marketing, which it still works today. I'm just saying that now everything has shifted so much online.
Yeah.
It's that mentality of, yes, production's important. It's what brings the dollars in the door. But what percentage of your time are you spending on marketing? And what type of team do you have around you to make sure that you're spending that, 10, 15% of your time, making sure that people are hearing your story and knowing who you are.
Exactly. And I think that's where we have a lot of our value as well. As you said, we're always adding fuel to the fire. We're always coming up with, hey, did you know this is happening in your business? And this is how we can excel in this area, and bringing that to the business owner so that they don't have to keep checking on it. They can focus on production. They can focus on quality. They can focus on increasing their profits and whatever, and those things, where we just constantly keep the back end rolling, keeping people coming in the door, reactivating existing customers. And that's really where the money's made.
Yeah. And, at the end of the day, every marketing effort boils down to cost per new patient, or, in the case of, bringing your new patient or your existing patient base back, you're advertising, to your patient base as well. It's cost per patient. So, is the sending out that flyer, that works. It does work, but
direct mail still a strong way to do it.
It is, but when you have the right team behind the tools that know how to read analytics and data that this stuff spits out, it's powerful.
Well, the difference now is this: cameras, lights, telling the story.
Mhm.
You know, we've done video shoots with dentists where we're like, we're gonna get you on camera, and the blood drains out of their face, and like, I ain't getting on no camera. And we're like, you know what, we're just gonna try it for fun, and we can see if we get anything, you know, usable out of this today. We're recording on digital. We'll just have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Every time we've recorded someone who's nervous getting in front of the camera, we get like more than enough
Absolutely.
amazing
Yeah,
footage out of
yeah,
that person. So, and we learn about who they are. We see their personality. We see their story a little bit. Even if it's just like 5 seconds of who this person is, it's miles more than a piece of paper that came in your mailbox.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's all about, it's people don't, I coined this. This is mine. So you know, it's not like like patients don't go to the practice. They go to see the dentist. So they want to
Yes.
know about the people, the hygienists, you know, the CDA,
They expect it to be clean.
the faces that they're
expect it
going
to
to
be
look up at. Yeah, they want it to be clean. You know,
It needs to be hygienic. It needs to be sterile.
Yeah.
All that stuff is like, that's
well, here's a good question. Would you go to an old rundown practice where the dentist was just like on it, like the best in town?
like an old rundown practice.
Yeah.
But
I would
go-
but this particular clinician would just knock it out of the park.
Mhm.
yeah, you go to see the clinician
Yeah, right.
9 times out of 10.
Anyways, back to SEO. So solutions for that, like obviously, you know, that's what we do. So you're welcome to give us a shout. But I would really ask your marketing company what they're doing for you. You know, what you're spending your money on. And you know, that's super important. So a lot of it, you know, marketing companies will send monthly reports, or you'll have a dashboard that you can jump onto and see what's going on. Or, you know, the best thing to do is request a meeting with them and to like really get into the nuts and bolts about what's going on and what you're spending on your money on. And you know, maybe that's a scary thing because it's so it can be so complicated. I know trust is a big deal. And
Can you tell us a little bit about reports as well? So you provide reports. So say if I'm an SEO customer of yours.
Yep.
Are you providing a report? Are you giving a dashboard? How does that work?
Yeah, so we have a dashboard and reports. So once a month, at the end of every month, you're going to get a report explaining the website updates we did, the security checks we did to make sure that your website health is in place. Then we'll show you the content we made, so that you can see what's going out on your blog, what keywords we're targeting, how that's affecting your keywords that we're tracking. You get a whole read on that. And then last, on the off-page SEO, you get the backlink that we generated for you, the quality of that backlink, and then that's kind of the summary of it. And what we'll do also is usually do a call once a month just to check in. Hey, how are things going? Is this working for you? Is there anything else we can do, and keep that ball rolling and adding fuel to your fire?
because, you know, marketers are getting a bad rap out there because there are some people out there that are collecting money and not really doing what they're supposed to be doing. So,
There's a lot of mystery. Maybe they're just not communicating well what they're doing. Maybe they are doing something, they're just not communicating to the client. Like, hey, here's what I'm actually doing for you.
or you have somebody that's taking it on themselves and maybe spending a lot more money than they should be.
Good point.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
And it's an eye opener when you give them, you know, a little bit of an education on how things work. So
Well, gentlemen, we're at 20 minutes.
thanks
for having me.
Quick and dirty. Is there anything else that you want to share with us about
Yeah.
SEO?
I don't
today
think so.
before-
I think just keeping it quick and short. And if they want to have a conversation with us, they can obviously book a call, and happy to help.
Yeah. You can reach out to Mark or Tyler, Mark with a C. DM us, go on any social media platform, find us, Mark at dentistondemand.com, Tyler at dentistondemand.com, and
Lucas at firemg.com.
you get that.
There it is.
All right. So
gold.
yeah, please, like,
Or drop us a line in the comments.
we're not going to sell you on anything. Just call us. We're here. We're here to help. We're dental company first. We understand, you know, we understand what you're going through, and we have a lot of friends out there that we're helping. So
Yeah, we know how busy you guys are.
yeah, why don't
Like
you do
dental-
dentistry? Don't worry about SEO.
Dental practices
stuff.
are busy. Everyone's got, you know, I'm going to say it, it's a cliche, but time is money, right? And
Yeah,
it's like,
it
you know,
is.
the more we can get the
Mhm.
patient in the chair and the dentist working, doing dentistry and not having to worry about this stuff, and it doesn't cost them an arm and a leg, I think we're winning the battle.
Yes, we are. And just having the reports and tools and rapport with our clients is super important. Like, We like to be in the practice, go and visit and shoot
Getting your
video
videos,
Mhm.
yes.
and make you so uncomfortable to do it, but you do it anyways. And you do great.
And
Yeah.
and shooting drone footage.
Oh, that's my favorite. That's how I know I'm on the right track. It's when I pull out that drone, I fly it up. Oh man, I get to do this for work. That's cool.
Mhm.
All right. Anything else, boys?
I think we're good. I'm excited for the next one.
Me too.
Stay
Thank
tuned.
you.
Next Friday. Happy Friday, and thanks for watching.
That's one pillar. No, that's one element of the first 9 pillars.
Wait.
Correct?
Wait till we do Toothmas 2.0 and we do 12, 12 or 24 in 12 days.
We started with 24 last year. We're like, maybe we'll just do 12.
I see. I see. I'm
No, we
excited
did.
for it.
We did 24.
Well, yeah, because we did one for each side of it. Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. That was exhausting. But it was.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We should have started with that.
Really?
Yeah.
We should have had a turkey sitting up there.
Next time.
Not
Well, we got one right there.
Did you
Yeah.
find out Lucas? Did you
I-
know Lucas?
Yeah, here's the turkey.
Thank you.
Cool turkey. All right, folks.
Thanks for being here, Lucas.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucas.
Appreciate it.